Hello and welcome to this video where I will demonstrate how to use the Chronoboon Displacer to pause time on my world buffs, which creates an item called a Supercharged Chronoboon Displacer. So here I have the Chronoboon Displacer. It stacks in a maximum of quantity 10 and is purchased from an NPC called Chromie in Andorhol in the Western Plaguelands, and you find him inside a building on the second floor. And he's a time manipulating dragon, but you will find him in a gnome form. And he used to sell them for 10 gold each, but now they're sold for 1 gold each. And so you'll buy the Chronoboon Displacers from Chromie, and then you'll go and collect world buffs. So here on my character here, I have Songflower Serenade and Spirit of Sandalar. These are 2 world buffs. And so right now there's 57 minutes left on the Songflower Serenade, and then there's 2 hours left on the Spirit of Sandalar. Now let's say I want to go around in World of Warcraft and do other stuff, but I want to preserve my world buffs for when I have a raid planned. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause time on these world buffs by using the Chronoboon Displacer. So that's what I'm going to do right now. It's a 6-second cast. So I'm using one of the 10 Chronoboon Displacers in my inventory. This creates what's called a Supercharged Chronoboon Displacer. And you see the world buffs that I had up here, the 2 individual world buffs that the time was ticking on. Now they're trapped inside the Supercharged Chronoboon Displacer, and they're frozen in time. They're paused. So the Spirit of Sandalar will not decline in time. It will stay at 116 minutes, and the Songflower Serenade will stay at 56 minutes. And the time will stop until I use the Supercharged Chronoboon Displacer to release my world buffs. Of course, the downside here is that I no longer get the benefits from the world buff right now. These are trapped inside the Chronoboon Displacer, in the Supercharged Chronoboon Displacer, so I'm not getting any benefit from them. So what I will do right now is I will travel around, do some simple quests, and then I will show up to the raid where I plan to use the world buffs, and then I will unboon, which means I will use the Supercharged Chronoboon Displacer to release the world buffs, and then I get the benefit from them. Of course, the time will then start ticking, and they will eventually disappear if I leave enough time, but at least I will use them during the raid to get the benefits. So now I will click the Supercharged Chronoboon Displacer, I right-click it, and I will release my world buffs. So now this will go away, and the world buffs will become active. And now you can see that the world buffs are active, and I can go and do the raid, for example, that I saved the world buffs for. But yeah, that's how you buy Chronoboon Displacers from the NPC, Chromie, and how you can use the Chronoboon Displacer to trap your world buffs to conserve them for when you want them to be used later. Thank you.